Hello everyone! Handheld DIY sent me the prototype of the new product they just released on Indiegogo. It's called the extender for the Switch Pro controller. And in this video, we're gonna check it out. Since this is a prototype version, I didn't get the manual, but I'll be leaving here the digital version. So what is this product really? You might be familiar with the Armor X from Big Big One or the Retroflag Super Pack. This device does the same thing. It attaches to the back of your Pro controller and adds back buttons. It will make your controller a bit bulkier, but in return it adds a lot of cool features. It definitely feels cramped around your fingers, but it's something that you can get used to. On the top there are two additional trigger paddles. The right trigger gets stuck occasionally, but that's probably something of this prototype unit. And on the top you can see instructions on how to disassemble the triggers. The unit will be a bit wobbly since it's only connected by the USB Type-C port. It doesn't cause disconnections or affect gameplay, but you will feel it wobbling as you play. As a solution, they included an adhesive in the back. You can unpeel it, and when you install the extender, it will be more secure in place. Also, the extended triggers are made of metal. There is no risk of breaking them, and they attach to the shell magnetically. This adapter cannot be used in wired mode. But wirelessly, it works with no problems. The first thing I noticed is that the extender fixes the circularity test on the controller. And the extended triggers actually work as analog triggers. You can finally play racing games on your Pro controller. Using the function button, you can record macros. And the macros will pick up analog movement as well. You can also use it as a remap function. And there's also turbo. The turbo speed can be adjusted, and if you map the capture button to one of the extended triggers or the back buttons, it'll work as simulated gyro. And you can also enable a toggle mode by pressing capture button 2 times. You're able to record macros and remap buttons to the back buttons as well. On the polling rate test, it is quite slow at 60 Hz. And on the input mode, the triggers and back buttons won't work as extra buttons. They can only be mapped as shortcuts. To change modes, just hold the mode button down. and the switch button seems to be sunk into the shell. I had to use one of the triggers to press it, and pressing this button turns off the extender and turns on the Pro Controller without the extender. This happens because this button is actually an extension to the physical button on the Pro Controller itself. So when you want to pair the extender to the switch, you must press the Bluetooth pairing button. And on the console, it has a wake-up function, and it works with gyro as well. If you want to use the extended triggers on the Switch, you must manually map them, because the Switch doesn't have analog triggers. And when using the extender in any mode, you can use the Keylinker app to configure the settings. You can remap the buttons, configure the sticks, configure the triggers, activate turbo, record macros, and even select the color of the lights. There is also a touch mode, which allows you to play mobile games using the touch mapper functionality. And of course, you can configure the buttons however you want. The extender has an internal battery of its own. This means that the extender will charge the Pro Controller, providing an increased battery capacity. Since the extender is sealed with no screws, there's no way to open it without damaging, so I won't be doing a teardown on this review. On my final thoughts, the Switch Pro Controller extender works pretty well. It has the same functionalities of similar products to the Xbox Series controllers. And it even adds analog triggers to the Pro Controller, which is something that it doesn't have. On the cons, since this is not attached to the battery compartment like in the Xbox Series controllers, it tends to be a bit wobbly. You can apply the sticker, but you should only do it if you plan to leave the extender on the controller for longer periods. And the triggers on this prototype unit got stuck, which is a bit concerning. I have reported this back to Handheld DIY, and hopefully they will fix it on the final version. You can see the page for this product on Indiegogo. You can find all of the links in the description. And that's it for this video. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.